Rich Kids.
A girl could never have too many bags.
This jacket was £700.
The cost of living crisis means absolutely nothing to them.
I have been to some dinners and the bill has been upwards of like 20k.
I have 2 holiday houses, one in the Isle of Wight and one in Gozo.
All that's about to change.
Oh, my God.
10 brand new rich kids are about to live with typical British families living on the breadline.
Are they coming in a helicopter?
I think they'll have all designer gear on.
5 handbags, 3 suitcases.
They'll experience what it really means to struggle.
I'll sacrifice anything I have for him to eat.
Not having to choose between eating and heating.
How will the people from completely different sides of the tracks get on?
If I would stay here, I would probably feel the need to hoover the entire room.
At the end of the day, that's your problem. That's not the government's problem.
It's all I ever wanted from this visit. So, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Rich Kids Go Skint.
I got a job as a waitress, but it only lasted about 2 or 3 days. There was one time when I was clearing the plates off, a bit of food touched my hand and it just scared me off, and I never went back.
Rich kid Ellie has never had to slum it. Growing up surrounded by countryside, she's a big fan of the great outdoors.
I have 5 horses, Tilly, Jake, Angelina, Chloe and Cece. And next year for the polo season, we're looking at getting another 1 or 2 to complete the string.
And who doesn't need 7 horses when they're at home?
Oh, yeah, you're like a model. You're gorge.
Ellie is polo obsessed, and her instructor Caroline is on board to make sure she doesn't put a hoof out of line.
Get your upper body rotation to the right to start the swing.
OK.
But Ellie's love of polo certainly comes at a cost for her parents.
Cece and other polo ponies of this calibre will all cost about £10,000, and then you obviously have their upkeep, their shoes, feed, care. So it is an expensive process.
You're telling me. Ellie is used to the finer things and has been privately educated all her life.
I have really enjoyed the whole education private school gives you. It helps you become well-rounded as an individual and creates a whole new calibre of child.
And Ellie doesn't claim to know much about state school life.
I have never been to a state school, never even been inside one. And turn. And canter once more. People might think there are stereotypes about poor people and that they're lazy and they don't want to work. They have a poor diet, lack of hygiene, poor motivation and no drive. But I'm really hoping I'll be able to break down that stereotype and actually be able to expose the truth.
Well, I suppose there's only one thing left to do now, hey Els?
Let's go play polo.
Well, they may not be able to afford to play polo, but the Wallace-Moors family from Southend-on-Sea are often horsing around.
There is never a dull moment with the Wallace-Moors.
Living in a small 3-bedroom terraced house is Dad Chris, Mum Emma, and their 4 kids, Sophie, Thomas, Scarlett and Annabelle.
I think what will shock the rich kid most is the size and the amount of people and the amount of stuff we have in this tiny, tiny little environment.
It is a lot of clutter in here.
And with 4 kids to contend with, it's safe to say it's not the quietest of environments.
I think the rich kid's going to really miss their privacy. I think our children are going to be on top of them 24/7.
Dad! Dad! Dad!
It is quite noisy in here.
But noise aside, this family of 6 has had its fair share of obstacles to overcome.
We haven't had an easy start to our family. Sophie, when she was born with a cleft palate and a rare genetic disease called Pierre-Robin syndrome. Thomas, he was born with autism and he's a higher functioning autist, but he's dealing with it in his own way and he does very well.
Thanks, Dad.
And with only £150 disposable income a month, life is not always easy for the Wallace-Moors.
Our financial situation, it can feel quite trapping. It just feels like there's no end in sight. There's nothing to look forward to, unfortunately.
I feel like we're in a pit, basically.
And obviously, the family struggles affect the kids too.
The younger two do go without things quite often because we just can't afford it. Scarlett does notice that with her friends saying they're going here, there and everywhere at the weekend, and Scarlett will say, well, I'm staying in this weekend, I'm not doing anything.
Quite upset about it as well.
I can't stand it when I see my children upset, and it sometimes feels like it's my fault that I can't really provide for them.
But the Wallace-Moors try not to let their financial burden get them down.
We have lots of happy times with the family. The children love playing board games.
Indian man Sridhar Chilal holds the world record for having the longest waltz.
So what does the rich kid have in store?
We're just going to be ourselves and show them exactly what our lives entail, because our lives are tough, so they're going to get it, I'm sure.
Meanwhile, in the picturesque Surrey countryside, rich kid Ellie has arranged to meet her parents for afternoon tea. She has a little something to tell them.
So the opportunity came about to me that I can stay with a underprivileged and disadvantaged family. So they're inviting me into their home as a guest, where I'll be staying with them and I'll be walking in their shoes, eating their food, sleeping under their roof and living their life with them.
I'm guessing you don't know this family. Do they have kids your age?
Well, at this stage, I know as much as you guys.
So you've got no idea who you're staying with?
No idea.
That's incredible.
Different, fantastic.
Yeah, no, I know. It's surreal, isn't it?
What do you think is going to be kind of the hardest element of all of this for you?
I think the hardest part for me would be my sound sensitivity. I'm quite intolerant of really loud noises. Obviously, I'm an only child, so I have a lot of control.
You haven't got siblings running around?
Squabbling and bickering.
Yeah, competing for the attention.
Yeah, I mean, even when the microwave's pinging and the kettle's on, and you and Dad are talking, I can feel a bit wired. It really freaks me out, all the noise.
That is going to be a difficult one for you.
Oh, you just wait, Ellie. Catching her last moment of peace as she packs for her time away, noise-averse Ellie can't help but fantasise over what might be.
I would really love to go to Benidorm on holiday. I feel like it'd be so interesting to, like, sit by the pool and, like, watch the dynamics.
Well, Ellie, it might not be as tropical as Benidorm, but the sunny sights of Southend-on-Sea await.
The houses seem to be more like bungalows. There's not much greenery. It looks less happy. It looks poorer.
Meanwhile, the Wallace-Moors can't help but speculate what the rich kid will be like.
We don't know anything, do we?
We don't know the personality.
But Mummy thinks that she'll be snobby, or he'll be snobby.
No, it's just usually
You really
when
think that?
people are rich, usually they give off that
You mean they're
expression.
spoiled?
That vibe, do they?
Yeah.
I don't want them to be moody, like, oh, get me that.
And of course, the kids just want to double-check one thing.
Are they coming in a helicopter?
No, I don't think so, darling. Good morning.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. Come on in.
Hi, nice to meet
Nice
you.
to meet you too.
So with introductions out of the way, there's one more person, or should I say animal, left for Ellie to meet.
That's it.
Keep stroking until we can't.
That's it. Now just
Hello.
stroke him, he'll calm.
Hello, Benji. Meeting the whole family.
He's a lion-haired rabbit because he's got a mane like a lion.
With many hair designs with
Oh, off he goes.
The van's gone.
We're going to have to grab him, I think, because he'll get under places and you'll never find him again.
Looks like not everyone is happy to see you, Ellie. So, with Benji safely back in the cage, the family want to find out a bit more about their guest.
Ellie, do you have any pets at all?
I do. I have 2 dogs. I have a golden retriever and a whippet, and then I have 5 horses.
Oh, wow.
5 horses? Your horses, are they racing horses?
No, they're polo ponies.
So you play polo?
Yes, I do.
Oh, wow.
I've always wanted to learn how to play polo.
Really?
Yeah, it looks really interesting.
I used to do a bit of horse riding.
Why don't you ride anymore?
It's expensive. I don't obviously have the time as I used to.
So how much does it cost to keep the horses?
It costs probably between £1,000 and £2,000 a month to keep them and their running costs.
How much, Ellie, is it to own and buy a horse?
I would suggest each horse is about £8,000 to £10,000.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Do you think it's like a lot of money to own a horse like that?
Yes, so £10,000 for a horse is a lot of money. I do have a lot of value and respect on how much things cost.
Is your house a mansion?
No, it's not a mansion. It's a really homely place to be. It's really cosy and I have so many happy memories in there.
Family quizzing over, Chris takes Ellie on a tour of the house.
Right, so we've got the bathroom up here, just in front of you here. It's the only bathroom we have.
So it's shared between the whole family?
Yeah, the whole family share this little tiny bathroom.
Wow.
Yeah, it's seen better days, as you can see, but unfortunately, there's only so much you can do, isn't there? Especially with a rented property.
I really like the tiles, though. They're really nice.
So then if we carry on this way, it's a little bit cluttered. I think this is where you're going to be sleeping, actually.
Oh, and who will I be sharing with?
Well, you'll be sharing with Sophie and Scarlett.
OK. Where will I be sleeping? Is it on the floor?
Yeah, you're not top and tailing, don't worry. We've got an air mattress for you and you'll be on the floor, yeah. It can be quite cramped and it can be quite noisy, so I'm sorry for that.
I've never shared a bedroom with someone before.
Never ever?
Never ever.
Not even on holiday or anything like that?
No, not even on holiday.
Wow,
yeah.
so that's going to be a new experience for you. Right, let's take you through to the next room then. This is mine and Emma's room, and obviously Annabelle's.
So you obviously don't have enough wardrobe space, that you're using boxes as well.
I don't have any wardrobe space.
Oh,
That's all kids and Emma's stuff. My stuff is basically in boxes and stuff like that. Yeah, it's organised chaos.
My bedroom's very different to yours. I would probably say it's twice the size of this, so it is much bigger. And storage-wise, I have a triple wardrobe on one of my walls, which means I can keep all of my clothes tucked away. I don't have to keep them, you know, on show like you do.
So this is the garden, my pride and joy.
Oh.
I love being out here. It's wonderful.
It's a beautiful space, especially for the children.
Oh, the kids love it out here as well.
You have the trampoline and the Wendy house.
Yeah, well, the Wendy house is a bit more storage at the moment, unfortunately.
OK.
So we've got our kitchen as well. It's really quite small, not by choice, unfortunately, but by design of the house. What's your kitchen like?
I would probably say my kitchen is about 10 times the size of this.
Wow. I was quite shocked to hear the differences with Ellie, with the different sizes of rooms and such like that. It was quite, I don't know, I felt jealousy. I'll be honest, I felt jealousy because I thought to myself, it's not really very fair, I don't get all this, but that's the way it is. It's just the way life has dealt you the cards, I suppose. Oh, Ellie, what do you want for lunch?
What are you making?
We're doing ham sandwiches or cheese sandwiches or jam sandwiches or crackers.
Can I have cheese and crackers, please?
Yes, of
Yeah,
course.
that would be great. Thank you.
OK, not a problem.
Yeah. I don't think I would want to live here because it's quite a squashed environment. The claustrophobia I wouldn't enjoy.
And Ellie, cheese and crackers.
Oh, this is lovely. Thank you.
So Ellie, is this the kind of lunch you'd normally have? Are you kind of used to this kind of thing?
Occasionally we'll have something like crackers or sandwiches, but we normally have hot lunch, actually.
And will you have a hot meal in the evening as well, then?
Yeah, hot meal for dinner as well.
Oh, that'd be nice, but it just doesn't spread the cost of everything. Yeah. If we were to do a hot meal at lunchtime and a hot meal in the evening time, it would just skyrocket. But sometimes me and Emma don't eat. Sometimes,
really?
Yes.
I mean, that is really shocking. I have never been in that position, nor have I known anyone that has to actually sacrifice a meal. I mean, how does that make you feel?
Well, it's not good. Yeah. I'll tell you that for nothing. But if it's the choice between them having food and them not having food, then I'm always going to make that choice.
It's just so sad that you're in that position.
It's not anything we chose, but I mean, we deal with it, you know? It's, you got to play the hand you dealt.
Just plod along, really.
Yeah, you just got to get on with it.
Chris works part-time for a mental health charity, but Ellie isn't sure that part-time work is the way forward.
What would make your situation better? Would it be if you worked full-time and came off of benefits?
I actually don't believe it is possible for our qualities of life to improve.
What I don't understand is why you would not choose to work 40 hours a week.
The full-time wouldn't add up to the same amount as we get in benefits, so we would suffer there. So it would just wipe my benefits out completely. So I can either do 18 hours and struggle, or I can do 40 hours and struggle. To be out working all those hours just to come home, not to be able to support my wife, not to be able to support my children with their different issues and problems that they would have, and then come in and bring in the same pay packet. I mean, emotionally speaking, it doesn't make sense to me. It would make me more and more depressed because...
I do completely get what you're saying, because it would take away family time.
Exactly.
But
that's really important to me.
At the end of the day, that's your problem. That's not the government's problem. So it seems like you're cheating the system a bit, because you can work, but you're choosing not to. Because you could potentially be taking benefits away from another family that need it.
But then again, you could look at the other end of the spectrum, and they dodge taxes.
Yeah.
And they have secret Cayman bank account. They would put far more into the kitty than I would ever take out in my entire lifetime. So I don't feel like I'm cheating the system. I'm doing everything above board, and I'm doing everything that way because I need to do it that way. I have no choice. I can't work that many hours.
But why can't you work that many hours?
The job that I'm in. The job that I'm in.
But just because you say it's a good job, it's not very practical, because you can't earn more money from it.
This strikes a chord with Ellie, whose father built up a successful advertising company from scratch.
Let me take it to my father. He set up his own business, and he was working so many hours, you know, waking up at 6 in the morning and working till 10 o'clock at night. So for me to have my privileged upbringing, he actually gave up family life to work and bring in that high income.
So did he make that sacrifice, or did you and your mother make that sacrifice?
Both of us.
Exactly. And I couldn't put that on my family. I wouldn't want them to make that sacrifice.
So do you think this upbringing is better than mine?
I don't think so, no, because you had the privileged upbringing that you did, but just not the way I would have done things, because I wouldn't ever see my family. I'd be constantly working, and they would never have me around. And I think they would tell you, without joking, that it would be more important to them to have me around than to not have me here, not to help them, not to support them, not to be the influence they need in their lives.
So Chris and I both did disagree. We had quite different views. I do completely understand where he's coming from, but I don't share his view. I prefer my privileged upbringing compared to theirs, even though my father was absent a little bit with working, but we had lovely family holidays and weekends, so he was a father figure. But I would rather my dad work hard and be away from us more, so we can have all that money and the privilege, compared to having a father all the time but still having all the problems with money and sacrifices.
Heated lunch debate over, the family want to lighten the mood and show Ellie what they do to treat the kids.
So Ellie, this is one of the many arcades we like to come in.
Yeah.
What we're going to be doing is we're going to let them run riot on the 2p machines. So I've got a few pound coins here.
Yeah.
We're going to change them up to 2p's, and then we're going to let them go and enjoy themselves.
Okay.
Okay, let's go then.
Let's go play.
Let's go get some 2p's.
Wow.
Get it flat.
There we go.
I've had a lot of practice over the years.
Practice makes perfect.
Yeah, my dad used to bring me down here when I was a child, like all the way down here, so...
Does it bring back memories when you're with your children?
Because this whole area hasn't really changed, apart from maybe the lights changing a bit. It's nice that I get to bring my children down here like my father brought me down here.
Yeah, it's like a little family tradition now.
Yeah, I would say so, definitely. When you were my kid's age, what did your parents do with you for fun?
Well, I did a lot of my horse riding back then, because I had 2 horses by the time I was 13. I did do gymnastics when I was younger. And then we did a lot of our family holidays where I go snowboarding in the Alps. So a lot more luxurious compared to this.
Snowboarding sounds cool.
Yeah.
I really want to try that sometime.
Yeah, you'll have to give it a go.
Yeah, I don't think it will be a possibility at the moment, though.
Yeah.
So I think it feels quite different coming from your background of riding £10,000 worth of horse over putting a couple of 2Ps in a 2P machine. You can have just as much fun on a pound's worth of 2Ps. I think she's run out of 2Ps, yeah?
Scarlett, do you want 2P? How many do you want, Scarlett?
That much.
There you go.
Look, you've got loads.
Yeah.
I have loads.
Go on then, you put some in then, Scarlett. Show her how it's done. Show Ellie how it's done.
And she was showing...
Oh, that's good.
Oh, well done. You've got 2 down. Hey! Well done, Scarlett.
Rich Kid Ellie has lived a very privileged lifestyle in the great outdoors, but now she's had her eyes opened on how to have fun on a budget.
You can have just as much fun on a pound's worth of 2Ps.
Can she shop on a budget too?
You've got £6. Challenge is to feed my entire family.
And me.
And you.
Yeah.
So that is £6 less than £1 a head.
Yeah.
But that's what we got to do. That's how we got to live. So that's your challenge. You think you're up to it?
Yeah, I'm definitely up for it.
Good.
Yeah.
Because if you get it wrong, my children might.
Don't worry, I'll get it right.
Good. Excellent.
Okay.
I'll see you later. Then.
Okay.
Enjoy.
So we're obviously down the first aisle and I've already seen some pasta sauces, which could be quite a good idea. Although, looking at this, it's already £2, so then I'd only have £4 left.
I think she's a bit out of her depth. This is well out of her comfort zone. When I said to her she's got £6 to spend on the entire family and her, I think she looked a bit like the deer in the headlights then.
I'm struggling to actually even find any pasta.
I really don't think Ellie's ever had to cook for more than 3 people before, let alone 7.
It feels like a lot of the food here, it's not fresh, it's all canned.
I don't think she's going to find kale or quinoa or gnocchi or anything like that.
I'm thinking that this might be quite useful if we did pasta because this is only £1, whereas my other pasta sauce was £2. But then it's the serving size. I don't know if that would be enough because it's 4 servings.
I really hope she doesn't try and go mad, though, with the spices and the flavours and stuff like that, because my kids like it relatively bland.
I found some risotto rice here that I'm really tempted to cook because the family wouldn't have had risotto before.
I'm not sure risotto rice and pasta sauce is the best combo, Ellie. Well, if all else fails, you can always ring your mum.
Hi, Mum. I'm so stuck. I'm currently trying to cook dinner on £6 and the money's not stretching very far. At the moment, I've got some risotto rice and a cheddar cheese pasta sauce. You need to help me.
So are you not maybe better off just getting pasta? I don't know how that will work because risotto it will absorb. It would be quite hard for you to cook.
Oh, would it? A bad idea of mine. It reflects my cooking skills.
So, with Mum to the rescue, Ellie puts her risotto rice back, replaces her more expensive pasta sauce, and throws in some sweet corn for good measure. But will she be under budget?
It's £8.27, please.
God, that's way over my budget. I only had £6 for dinner. But I'm more than happy to pay the rest with my money.
Okay, no worries.
How'd you do?
I won't lie, it was a struggle in the beginning. Got us pasta.
Excellent.
I had to get us a sachet of pasta sauce because our budget wouldn't stretch to like a fresh pasta sauce in a jar.
Okay.
And then I got us some sweet corn to add some veg and nutrition into the pasta.
Okay. Kids won't like sweet corn.
Oh.
At all.
Will they not?
No. Everything else?
Yeah.
Brilliant. So have you got any change for me?
No, I don't. I actually went over budget. It was £8.27.
Really?
But I was happy to cover the difference with my money.
Oh, thank you. That's very kind.
I was hoping to be more creative, but sadly, with £6, you just can't.
Difficult,
Yeah,
isn't it?
you can't.
Yeah, well, we'll get home and we can cook it all up.
Yeah, okay, I'm looking forward to it.
Good.
Back at the house, Ellie is trying out her culinary skills for the first time.
I'm obviously quite apprehensive as I don't tend to do the cooking at home. It's quite a simple dish, it's just pasta, so boiling the pasta won't be too hard. So I'll see how it goes. Oh. Oh, I forgot to... Oh no, forgot to put the gas on. Oh no, silly me. There we go. At least I noticed before it was too late.
So how do you think she's doing?
Well, there's no smell of smoke, so that's a good sign.
Without smoke, there's no fire, I suppose.
Okay, so this is quite tricky for me to put the pasta in. It's not fitting in the pan. I need to squish the pasta down quite quickly because otherwise it's going to cook all at separate times. Like the top of the pasta is going to be really undercooked.
I hope she's not putting the sweet corn in because the kids won't eat it with the sweet corn in.
Don't speak too soon, Chris.
I just remembered I have to do the sweet corn. Do you have any Tupperware in the kitchen? I need to microwave some sweet corn.
Right,
On the corner of where the bread is.
Oh, OK, I'll look by the bread.
Thank you.
OK, thanks.
Microwave sweet corn, that's even worse, isn't it?
Go on, Ellie, you can do it. Well, it just shows perseverance really does pay off.
Ellie,
Yeah?
how long do you think you're going to be?
I don't know. Sorry.
OK.
The cooking's been a bit of a nightmare. I didn't do any preparation, so I started doing the sauce and I hadn't even boiled it. I put too much pasta in the pan and then not enough water. And then I was going to serve the food up and I forgot the sweet corn. So it was just all going horribly wrong and everything was crumbling all at the same time. So I don't know if we can eat dinner now. I mean, we'll salvage it, but they won't ask me to cook again.
The time has come for Ellie to serve up, and there are some hungry mouths to feed.
So what do you think we've got, kids?
Or like spaghetti with something that smells like big beans.
I honestly don't know.
Dinner is served.
And after a slightly longer wait than usual, the family finally get their food. But Thomas has a few words of advice for novice chef Ellie.
You know what I would say? Ditch the sweet corn and get the pasta sauce. The sweet pasta sauce.
I wanted to add a vegetable so you had more nutrition in it.
Corn is my favourite.
Yeah. But sweet corn's one of your 5 a day.
Sorry, Ellie, we do have a few fussy children here.
It's better than my dad's cooking.
Is it really?
No.
Oh, I don't believe you.
I'm in trouble, help me.
It's not very nice, Scarlett. I do my best. OK, so even though you did fail the challenge because you technically went over budget, even only a year ago before the cost of living crisis, you probably would have got everything within that £6 budget, including the pasta sauce as well. So don't be too shocked or upset with the way you've done because it's not your fault, really. It's just the way that life is at the moment.
How do you think you would cope if the crisis worsened and your budget got even tighter?
Sincerely, I don't know. Could get a lot worse, and it could do it in a rapid time if things don't sort itself out soon.
That would be so sad.
It would be. It really would. But I don't really want to think about that. I just want to think of the now and think of just try and survive from day to day.
Yeah, exactly. There's no point thinking too far ahead.
Exactly.
The cooking was an absolute disaster. I tried a tiny bit, but it just wasn't for me.
So, after an eye-opening first day, it's time for only child Ellie and her new roomies to get ready for bed.
I think she might have been a little bit overwhelmed with everything that was going on in the house, with the amount of children and the kind of setting that we live in. But I really enjoyed today. I really enjoyed going down to the arcades with her, having a nice ice cream, and the meal she cooked was quite nice. So I'm looking forward to tomorrow.
Bring it on.
But whilst the family look forward to tomorrow, Noise-averse Ellie has other things on her mind.
I'm really nervous about the sleeping arrangements tonight because I'm obviously sharing a room with 2 girls I don't even know. I haven't eaten any dinner, so I'm starving and I'm tired. It's going to be noisy. So I just don't know how the night's going to go.
Rich kid Ellie has ditched her outdoors polo-playing lifestyle to learn what it's like to live on the Breadline. And the Wallace-Moors are teaching her everything she needs to know. It's morning in the Wallace-Moor household, and Ellie is getting some feedback from her new roomies as to how the night went.
Would you have me stay the night again?
Not in this room. Definitely not in this room.
And to think it was you who was worried about sharing a room, Ellie.
Where's your bedroom like, Ellie?
My bedroom's bigger than yours, probably twice the size, so I've got a lot more space. I've got a fireplace at the end of my bedroom. I've got a balcony door, which is nice.
Oh, that is so lovely.
Yeah, I have a wardrobe for storage, and then I also have additional storage with drawers. I have my own bathroom, but it's not en suite. I go outside of my bedroom for that.
You really got a lot of stuff. We don't have really much.
Do you wish you had more?
Room comparison and morning debrief over. Breakfast is served.
So the plan today is that we're going to be going to a boot sale. Have a good look around the boot sale, see if we can pick up any bargains and have fun.
Plus, I love a good bargain, me.
Can you drive?
We don't drive, so we have to get the bus everywhere.
How do the kids get to school?
Sophie will walk about 25 minutes to her school.
Is that on her own?
Yeah, she walks on her own, but she does meet friends sometimes.
Okay.
Thomas will walk to school, and it takes him about 40 to 50 minutes.
Is 45 minutes quite a long walk to school?
Feels like a flash to me.
And although Ellie is a big fan of walking with her dogs, she's not sure a 45-minute walk to school is beneficial.
I feel like it could impede on my learning. I feel like I could get to school already tired and worn out, and then maybe my sort of results would be poorer at school.
And schooling was certainly a different ballgame for Ellie.
I've been privately educated my whole life. I've never been to a state school before.
How much does private school cost?
For the year, it's about £30,000. So each term is £10,000.
Oh, wow, that's quite a lot.
So, all told, how much do you think your parents spent on your education?
About £500,000.
$500,000?
Yeah, through my whole education. Yeah.
Wow, that's...
It's a bit unreal, isn't it?
That's incredible.
With Annabelle's first birthday party this afternoon, Emma wants to see if they can grab a bargain at the local car boot sale.
What's the budget for Annabelle's birthday today?
£5.
Yeah,
£5 for her
around
birthday.
£5, but if we can haggle it down from 10, then we'll try.
Is there any flexibility with that? Can
not
you go,
really.
You
No.
can't go above £5?
No, we need to be quite stiff with that, unfortunately.
This money's tight.
I'm sure we'll find something for her.
Definitely.
I do feel like a fish out of water here at the car boot sale. Just from the clothes I'm wearing, how I look. I'm so different to everyone else. It makes me really stick out. Do you buy your clothes from a car boot sale like this?
Sometimes.
Do you buy the children's clothes here? Yeah.
Mainly. Usually because, like, they outgrow them quite quickly.
Yeah. You know what we should do is we should get Annabelle the piggy teddy bear for her birthday, and it's got a little ribbon on his neck.
Oh, that's brilliant, yeah.
How much would the pink piggy be? £2.
Yeah.
Yeah, can we get that?
That's fine,
please,
yep.
yeah.
That's a bag for him.
Yeah, that would be great, thank you.
That is a really nice purchase, you'll love that. And £2 is really, really good. We've got £3 left over in the budget, so we can stick that onto the a little party we're going to have for her.
Yeah, we'll put the money we saved towards it.
Brilliant.
It's really sad to have a budget of £5 for your daughter's birthday, especially as Annabelle's turning 1. You would have thought you'd be able to go all out and really celebrate, but that's sadly not the case for this family.
Back at the house, whilst Emma and Chris get Annabelle's tea party ready, Scarlett lets Ellie into a little secret.
I was hoping to God that you weren't a spoiled brat. Like, I was crossing my fingers.
Well, it worked. You obviously squeezed them really tight.
I thought you would be like, oh, get me that, get me that. If you don't get me that, I'm gonna tell something.
Yeah, really, like, entitled and spoiled.
Yeah.
But was I like
Spoiled
that?
brat. No, you're actually really kind of behaved child.
Oh, I'm kind like you.
Yeah. You're like me, but sensible, well, let's just say.
But I'm a lot older, so I'm going to be more sensible than you.
Yeah, and I'm a little bit littler.
If you had all the money in the world, Scarlett, do you think you would be any different?
No, I think I'll be like you.
Like me?
Yeah.
If you had money, do you think it would change your perspective on the world?
A little bit. Like, I'll sometimes go on holidays more often.
Yeah, so you'd spend money on things like holidays, maybe clothes.
Yeah, and bracelets, of course.
But does happiness come from money? Or does it come from family and friends?
Family and friends. Doesn't come from money.
No, it doesn't.
I just want to go on holiday, make new friends, have a fun time.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea, because money can bring you a lot of opportunity, but it doesn't solve everything, having money.
Yeah, it doesn't solve everything, but kindness can.
Yeah, no, you're right. If you had all the money in the world, what would you buy?
You.
Me? You'd buy me?
Yeah, if I can adopt you, if I was older.
Then we would be sisters.
Technically.
I would love that. The sister I never had.
So, with Annabelle's tea party all set, it's time for Ellie and the family to sit around the dining table for the very last time.
So the first birthday is obviously the biggest, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd say biggest for more the adults than the child.
Yeah, she might not remember it.
I've got a feeling you might be right, Ellie.
Do you guys normally celebrate birthdays just sat around the dining room table?
Well, yes and no. So what we would normally do is the children normally have one party when they're young and then one party when they're a little bit older. So it can go years and years and years between parties. We just can't afford it.
If you had the money to do so, would you celebrate every birthday?
I'd spoil them rotten. I really would. I love birthdays and Christmas and stuff like that. So I would spoil them rotten and they'd have the biggest and best birthdays they could have. But this is all I can afford, so this is what they'll get.
Do you think because of your small budget, it can make a birthday seem more unhappy?
I think it's what you make of it, really. Whether it's big or small.
It's about the people who you spend it with.
Yes, it is.
I agree with you entirely there. It's exactly who you spend the time with. Even if it's the smallest little garden party, as long as you've got friends and family around you, then that's all you need, really.
What I've taken from being in your home is I've really realised and reflected that you don't need much money to have a good time. You can really see how you can still be happy and have a beautiful family and make those memories without a lot of money.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's true. It's a very good sentiment.
No, it is. It's really true.
At the end of the day, we're all just people. We're all just trying to get by, and some of us have had different upbringings to the others. That's all it is.
It's just down to luck, I guess, with what family you're born into. It's nothing we can control.
Yeah, I think you're right.
But before Ellie heads off, she has a little surprise for the Wallace-Moors.
As I've really enjoyed my time here, I wanted to give you guys, as a family, an upgrade from the arcade, which is why I brought all of you a family ticket to Adventure Island.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
Ever so much.
Yeah, for you to all enjoy. I know you're going to love it. I obviously won't be here for it, but I want you to let me know how it goes.
I will see what happens.
Because,
We'll send you pictures.
yeah, my mum's going to pick me up soon, so I need to go get my suitcase and get ready to go.
Okay, thank you very much. You're more than welcome to come back any time.
No, I don't want to want something.
I'll get... Oh, darling.
I'm not trying something.
Do you want to come help me pack? Come on, you can be my little helper. The experience has been really eye-opening, looking at their financial state and the way they live their life. It's actually been a literal emotional roller coaster.
I'm gonna miss you.
I'm gonna miss you too, but we'll see each other again. We're not saying goodbye, not forever anyway.
I think the experience of having Ellie stay with us has been really eye-opening.
It's amazing how we actually connected over like a couple of days and talked about deeper things, really. She's so lovely.
I think I forget how privileged I am. Even where I keep my horses, their stables is bigger than their house. And it just doesn't seem right that 5 horses have a bigger place to live than a family do. That's something I will never forget. I do feel quite emotional leaving, which was unexpected. I thought I would just leave and enjoy the experience and put it behind me, but I feel like staying with this family, it's really pulled on my heartstrings. I feel like I'm really close to all of them, and I will genuinely miss them.
Oh, my goodness me.
I missed you so much.
I have missed you to the moon. You look so great. Your face.
Let me introduce you.
Oh, the lovely family. Hi.
You all right?
Yeah. So pleased to meet
And you. You should be really proud of Ellie. She's such a credit to you and your parenting. This has meant so much to us, having you in our home and really opening our eyes to your way of life. And I hope we've done the same for you. I hope that you now understand how difficult it can be for us, but how enjoyable it can be for us as well.
Well, thank you very much. And I just want to say from our family to yours, we're actually feeling very, very privileged that you've allowed her to come and stay with you.
Thank you. It's been our pleasure.
Well, before it gets too emotional, I think we should go home.
I think so.
I was a little bit prejudiced towards the rich and the wealthy. I always thought that they're privileged and they just look down on us constantly, and it was a completely the wrong attitude to have with a person like Ellie. She's so down to earth and friendly and understanding, and she shouldn't be apologetic of where she's come from, all her background, and I totally understand that, but she also made us feel like we did matter and we were thought about, and she did sympathise and empathise with our plight.
What a wonderful experience.